the story of light. Welcome to the Chanukah and Parshas Vayieshev Perspective. The Chanukah Perspective is in honor of our homeland Eretz Yisroel. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu, may God protect our brave soldiers. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu save all the hostages in Gaza and return them home immediately. May God comfort all those who have lost family or friends in the horrific attacks. And may God grant a speedy Refuah Shlema, speedy recovery to all those who are injured in the attacks. The holiday of Chanukah couldn't have come at a more opportune time. We desperately need its light and lessons to permeate our lives. As anti-Semitism becomes mainstream in our colleges and beyond, a Chanukah miracle is vital for the future of our people. The story of light. While the war rages in Israel, a new battle has begun. A fight for our existence in the diaspora. Each day there are massive protests and rally all over the world calling for our destruction. From Sydney, Australia, to where Gaza Jews chants were heard, to the million-person march in London for the destruction of Israel, the cries for our demise have never been louder. Just this week, 3 Ivy League school presidents from Penn, Harvard, and MIT went before the United States Congress and gave chilling testimony. They testified that calling for the genocide of the Jewish nation was not against school policy, and they would not revoke the visas of those participating in these protests. Despite being offered multiple chances to modify and amend their testimony, they stood firm in their depravity. As scary, as hair-raising and frightening as our current situation is, this is not the first time we have faced such evil. In fact, the Chanukah miracle is a victory over the same diabolical and wicked people who wish to remove the Jewish nation from history, who hope to break and end the covenant between God, the master of the universe, and his chosen people, the Jewish nation, who intended to eliminate and extinguish the strongest beacon of light in our very, very dark world, the Jewish nation. And yet here we are. We have always survived despite the actions of those who tried to destroy us. Regardless of their numbers, their strength, their power, we have and will continue to outshine the darkness they release onto the world. The creator of light and the creator of goodness is on our side. And any attempts to eliminate that light will result in a similar outcome of those who attempted in the past. The extent of their existence will be in the history books and lessons on how even the biggest, strongest, and most powerful countries can fail in the least expected ways. The story of Chanukah is a coordinated attempt to undermine the secret to our existence, the Torah, God's divine wisdom. The Greeks had no problem with Jews following the Torah for any other reason other than God. If they followed the Torah for health reasons, as long as they didn't fulfill specific commandments that related only to God, they were left alone. But fulfilling certain mitzvahs, certain commands because God said so, was subject to death, persecution in the most painful way possible. Yet the high priest, Mattityahu, and his son did not comply. They did not acquiesce to the wicked notions of the Greeks. They stood up and fought. They united the true believers of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of God, and battled the Greeks and all those who joined their evil mission. And when the Maccabees were eventually victorious, they returned to where it all began, the Beis Mikdash, God's home on this earth. They cleaned it of idols and made it pure once again, making space for God's light to permeate this dark world. Our existence demonstrates that they have yet to be successful or effective. Yes, our history is filled with tragedy, with pain, like October 7th, where 1,200 Jews were murdered in cold blood on one single day. Yet we still walk with our heads held up high. Yes, we are less than 1% of the population, yet we are industry leaders in every single section of business we enter. Yes, the darkness of the world is powerful, but is no match for the Jewish soul and its light and its capacity to illuminate its surroundings. The flickering flames of the menorah are telling us a story, a tale as old as time itself. There's opportunity for light, contentment, and joy wherever there is hardship, pain, or darkness. So as we light the menorah and celebrate Chanukah with friends and family, take advantage of the light of the holiness the candles share. Yes, the darkness of our exile, of our galus, is significant and strong. But your ability to illuminate and transform the world is far, far greater. I will conclude with a powerful quote from our Lord Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory. What Jews celebrate from that victory over the Greeks over 22 centuries ago is that God is not just a God of war, but a God of light. And only a God of light can defeat the darkness in the human soul. Have a joyous and meaningful Chanukah.